7-1, 6-2.
Robert Weale in good shape then, the battle of the two March men, and through to another final here in Llanelli. He can almost touch his third Welsh singles title, but he'll have to beat Di Prosser to do it. And although the odds are, well, stacked pretty much against the younger man, it's still by no means a match that's beyond him, if he can keep his head.
It's a bit of a David and Goliath, I suppose, if you like, because me as an unseeded player, Robert was one just about everything, just to win in the game, so it's going to be tough. I know I got my work cut out, but it's all an experience for me at the moment.
Obviously delighted to make it to the final again this year, and hopefully going to get number 3.
This is the first year I've actually qualified for my own stadium, and to get as far as an achievement, and 3 bowls in this new setup is an achievement, so I got everything to gain, and whatever I can take from here today is just tremendous for me.
I'm going to maybe go into the match maybe a little bit more relaxed than David, but you can never tell. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to enjoy it, and hopefully play some good bowls.
He's very consistent, and that's the thing with bowls, is consistency. That's what wins you games. And with this format, we haven't got no time to hang about. You've got to get straight on it and try and win.
It's important to start well in the set, and if you can get your opponent playing catch-up, the onus is on him. So, yes, I want to get away to a good start.
Well, we've got a big crowd in here this afternoon for this live final. They're ready, the players are ready, so too are our commentators, David Corkill, and first of all, it's David Rhys-Jones.
Thank you, Ollie, and we have on the rink, ready to go, the David and Goliath, as Di Prosser put it. This is the Goliath in green, ready to deliver the first jack of this Welsh final. Robert Weale, ranked in the top 10 in the world, and winner of just about everything. Fresh from his performance in the World Indoor Pairs Championship in Potter's Leisure Resort last month, when with Jason Greenslade from Port Talbot, he reached the final, only to lose to David Holt and Tony Alcock. Holder of the Welsh indoor and outdoor singles titles simultaneously in the year 2000, and that's seldom been done, if ever, I believe.
Well, it's Robert starting off exactly where he left the semi-final, getting that first bowl close yet again. And this is the David, quite literally, David Prosser, known to his friends as Di, from Cynon Valley. 27 years of age. Works for a pharmaceutical firm in Mountain Ash. Robert Weale, a housing repairs administrator in Hereford. Actually lives in Hereford, in a village called Clayhonga, but travels regularly across the border to play in Prestine outdoors and for the Islwyn Club in Pont Llanfraith indoors. Good one.
One green.
Still one to green, we were told.
8 inches. 8 inches from the jack.
Well, 8 inches is certainly enough to get a bowl there.
10 now.
So it's an inch or two more with the ball falling over.
Yes, that last bowl of Di Prosser just falling out towards the mat. So 10 inches between bowl and jack. A little bit more margin for error for Robert Weale.
Well, he's very close to the edge of the bowl. May not be another one, but it's good.
Yes, just guarding the approach on that forehand, the side of the rink that all the players seem to be preferring. So backhand. A wider hand. Have to be very accurate down here. He's into something. Oh, well played. Look at this. Well, a large contingent here today from Mountain Ash to shout on Di Prosser in his attempt to win the Welsh title. This was it. It's dispatched at the mat end. It carried a bit of weight, took the jack through. It's one to red.
It's one to red and very well played, but there's an opportunity for Rob, and it depends what way he wants to play this. He's got a chance just to draw to it. He can play on the draw, but the alternative is to go for the ball and take it right through and leave himself lying 2 or 3 shots. Just depends how wide it is in his hand. If the jack's well back on the rink, and he might decide that a little bit of weight could be useful. If he gets a jack, of course, he could bury it in the ditch.
That crouch delivery from Robert Weale. Playing it with weight.
Controlled weight, looking for the ball.
The jack would do. Just wouldn't bend.
Well, it was a good percentage shot to play. He had a chance of the ball, he had a chance of the jack. And one big ball by Di Prosser's opened up the chance to score a double. Yeah. Big wide draw on the forehand will do the job.
Last bowl of the end, of course. This is a shot to nothing. Important to get this in if he can. It's there. Oh, well played. 4 very good bowls on that opening end from Di Prosser. Just a little short with his first, but he made up for it with his next 3. And it seems that Robert Weale has got a match in his hands here. This is Mindy. That's Di Prosser's wife. She says she didn't regularly determine to support him, but she couldn't miss this one for the Welsh title. 2-0 then to Di Prosser. Good start here for the underdog, David.
Yes, I think what the impressive thing is that he played the weight shot on the backhand on the first end very well, very controlled. He hasn't shown any signs of nerves. It's a big, big match for this young man. The prizes are enormous, and not only the invitations that he'll get, but also automatic qualification for the Welsh Masters. So
he's already beaten a sequence of very experienced and respected players on his way to this final as Di Prosser. .29.5 meters, the choice of Prosser. Yes, Prosser opened his campaign this winter with an excellent win over Will Thomas, the Welsh skip. Beat him 21-11 in the first round, followed it up with a win over his own namesake, Mike Prosser, former Welsh champion. And of course he had a battling win over John Downey from Merthyr Tydfil in the semi-finals. Robert Weale, he beat 3 Llanelli men on his way to the semi-finals. Stuart Thomas, Alan McCarley, and David Kingdon. In fact, he was 10-0 down to David Kingdon in the quarter-final and came back to win that one 21-17.
An early visit to the head by Di Prosser after 2 balls. He's asked permission to come up and have a look. He will see that the back position's not too clever. So it'll be a draw to the head. He can play the backhand, there's no reason why not. It's a good backhand shot. Just rest the green ball. And the target he's looking for will be to drop in this side of this or on top of the jack. Either way it's good. But behind the jack is the target. Just like that, David.
Very popular character, Di Prosser. He's brought his own support with him, but he's also won the hearts of the home crowd here in Llanelli. He's a feisty character, not easily pushed over.
Yes, you get the impression he's a very determined sort of player, but very controlled as well. And certainly Robert Weale will be pushed a lot more in this match than he was in the previous game, the semi-final. I'll be disappointed with this. Weight wasn't bad.
It's just missed his green by a fraction.
One measure. One shot. Measure for second shot.
Was a possible two. It's a draw on the backhand, similar to his last one. So we've got on a short-term attentive memory question here. For Di Prosser, can he remember the weight and the line?
In fact, he's looking a lot more relaxed in this final than he was in the semi. And playing well to boot. Look at this. Good stuff. That's in. It's two and a measure for three.
Two red.
And the memory was obviously good, so Robert Weale has to adjust. Now, has he pushed it? It's struggling. Oh dear me. Most unlike Robert Weale to drop short in that position.
Yes, he missed his line and length with that one. Now he'll take out those two, surely. But he doesn't want to move that one. Oh yes, it's okay. He thought it might have been just propping the green ball up a little, but it's definitely two then, and a measure for three. Jeff Riddle it is, wielding the measure. Both officials in this match, Eddie Williams and Jeff Riddle, are members of the Radnisha Club in Llyn Wells, a club that Robert Weale was a member of for some years, until he threw his lot in with Islwyn last season. It looks like three shots. That's the red ball given, so that's three shots to Di Prosser. Have we got a surprise on our hands here? After two ends of this this final, the score 5-0 to Di Prosser. Prosser, a keen fan of rock music and attends rock concerts wherever he can find them. As he's been to Cardiff and the Reading Festival and so on. Certainly rocking Robert Weale at the moment.
He's definitely giving him a hard time, no doubt about that. It's a 9-end set, of course, so there's plenty of time for Robert to come back. But the man settled very well. Di has settled into this match.
Robert, also a very fine skittler. That's the 9-pin version of the game. It's a pub game, and he says he plays in the best skittles team in Herefordshire. They call themselves the Tutty Bogos. Definitely Prosser with the upper hand at the moment. This is not so good.
Well, that one got away, didn't it? Don't know what happened there. Wide open for Robert. I think he'll certainly be looking to adjust for this one.
This is better from Robert Weale. He needs to find something to stop David beating Goliath here in the Savings Annual Centre. Good ball.
Well, we've got some match on here. This is where we're going to take a short break, though. We will be back, though, with the conclusion of the final live here after the news.
7-1. It's a massacre.
Did you know how easy it is to watch almost all your favourite BBC programmes with subtitles? From award-winning drama and comedy to films, sports coverage and the local and national news. You can find subtitles for all sorts of programmes on CFAX page 888. Or if you're a digital viewer, simply select subtitles from the menu. Log on to bbc.co.uk/info for more details.
I'm Louise Elliott from the BBC.
Week in, week out programme.
Got some really serious matters that I need to discuss with you.
Serious allegations. I want you to answer our questions.
They answer to her.
Talk to me, I'll tell you.
How can you reconcile?
She answers to you.
Answer my question.
These are important issues.
Louise Elliott, in pursuit of the truth. Week in,
what have you got to say to us
week
about
out.
that? Where is the money? What have you got to hide?
Tuesday night, 10:35, BBC One Wales.
And we're back at the Selwyn Samuel Centre in 10 minutes for the indoor bowls. But now on BBC Two Wales, it's time for the news presented this afternoon by Sophie Rayworth.
Good afternoon. Some news just in. The English cricket authorities have told the International Cricket Council that the England team will not play their match against Zimbabwe in Harare on Thursday. The team had been concerned about security. America says NATO is facing a crisis of credibility over Iraq. It follows a decision by France, Germany and Belgium to block plans for the alliance to defend Turkey in the event of a war with Iraq. But NATO Secretary-General Lord Robertson says he's optimistic a solution can be found.
Turkish armour moving up to the country's border with Iraq. Turkey feels it's especially vulnerable as part of America's front line for any attack on Saddam. And as a NATO member, Turkey expects the alliance to defend it. But now France, Germany and Belgium are all blocking American proposals to send anti-missile batteries to protect Turkey from any Iraqi attack. NATO solidarity, so strong after September the 11th, has been all but demolished, and the Secretary-General concedes the damage.
I'm not seeking today to minimise the seriousness of this issue. It is certainly serious. The NATO nations take it seriously, hence the debate that is going on, and the Allies will act responsibly and collectively.
So NATO is now split. The United States is outraged and Europe divided as France and Germany roll out their alternative to war. With Russia's President Putin talking to France's leader Jacques Chirac today, there are signs of a really powerful anti-war coalition solidifying.
Hollywood glamour has come to the High Court as Catherine Zeta-Jones and her husband Michael Douglas give evidence in their privacy case against Hello magazine. The couple had sold OK magazine the rights to their wedding pictures, but Hello ran pictures taken by a gatecrasher.
Arriving by car today at the High Court, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones weren't posing for the cameras. The couple had wanted to avoid a media circus at their wedding, but they've got one at the court case about that wedding. The case, though, is more than about just upset stars. What they hope to do is establish a legal landmark based on European law, which would allow anyone to say what is private and cannot be photographed. The case revolves around wedding photos. The official ones were sold for more than £1 million to the magazine OK. Unofficial ones taken by an uninvited guest appeared in a rival magazine, Hello. And when asked about her feelings at the time, Catherine Zeta-Jones said today in court, "I felt devastated. I felt violated and upset initially, and that seemed to grow as the stress of the whole occasion unfolded." And on the subject of the photos, she said, "It was cheap and tacky, and everything I wouldn't want to have shown as part of my special day."
Well, let's get the latest from Nick Hyam at the High Court. So what did they both have to say, Nick?
Well, Michael Douglas, Catherine Zeta-Jones' husband, has been in the witness box this afternoon. The couple left a short while ago. He was asked a number of times why they'd done this deal with OK, and he said they thought it was the best way for them to exert the kind of control that they wanted to exert over the way the wedding was portrayed, and also to meet the tremendous interest in this wedding around the world. Michael Douglas was pressed twice by counsel for Hello, who suggested that they were less interested in preserving their privacy and more interested in exercising that control and in making money. And his reply twice again was, but control means privacy, meaning I think that for celebrities like the Douglases, if you want any kind of privacy, you have to exercise this kind of control. And I suspect that that is going to be the nub of this case, which, as David Silito said, could establish once and for all whether we have such a thing as a privacy law in this country or not.
Nick Hyam at the High Court, thank you. A soldier has been sentenced to 21 days in Colchester military prison for making 2 Hope 999 calls during the last fire strike. The man, who hasn't been named, was part of a detachment from the Royal Artillery stationed at Newton Aycliffe in County Durham, who were providing emergency cover during the 48-hour strike. The father and sister of the American artist Margaret Muller, who was murdered while jogging in an East London park last week, have visited the area where her body was found. Police are trying to trace 2 men seen running from the park on the day of the murder. Firefighters leaders say they will now attend tomorrow's talks at ACAS aimed at breaking the deadlock in their pay dispute. The leader of the Fire Brigades Union, Andy Gilchrist, said he'd received the assurances he'd wanted during a meeting with the Deputy Prime Minister this morning. That's it for now. There are news bulletins every hour on BBC News 24, and I'll be back with George Alagaya at 6 o'clock on BBC One. See you then. Bye-bye.
Tamsin Outhwaite's going undercover.
You better get yourself tied up.
I don't do tarty.
Atto is bringing in girls from the east.
McEwen's just stashed it inside left jacket pocket.
Red Cap, Tuesday at 9 on BBC One.
Now on BBC Two Wales, Claire Summers with the nation's news. BBC Wales Today.
Good afternoon. Police in mid-Wales are appealing for witnesses to a road accident in which 3 young men were killed and a boy seriously injured. The car they were travelling in collided with a lorry near Bilthwells yesterday afternoon. The men were all from the Brecon area. Steve Jones reports.
The collision happened just before 4 o'clock, about 3 miles south of Bilth on the main road linking the town with Brecon. The victim's Ford Sierra was travelling south towards Irwood when it ploughed into an articulated lorry coming in the opposite direction on a sharp bend. A badly injured 8-year-old boy was airlifted from the scene to hospital and is seriously ill but stable. The 3 men, who've been identified but aren't being named until relatives are informed, were killed instantly. The road was closed for 6 hours while firefighters cut the victims out of the car and cleared the wreckage. There are several notorious accident black spots along the twisty A470 between Bilth and Irwood. The road is due for major improvement within the next 3 years. Police say the cause of the latest tragedy is being investigated and they're appealing for witnesses.
Hollywood has arrived at the High Court today. Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas have taken the witness stand in their damages claim against celebrity magazine Hello. They're claiming unauthorised pictures of their wedding meant that their privacy was violated. Arson attacks on stolen and dumped cars are costing the South Wales Fire Service £10 million a year. The brigade says firemen are being taken away from other life-threatening calls to deal with the car fires. Melanie Dole reports.
A typical sight in the South Wales valleys, this car was stolen overnight and then set on fire.
We're making a night to remember, yeah?
Drama students from Merthyr College will today help launch a campaign to highlight the dangers of driving in stolen cars and subsequent arson attacks. Their production, called Burning Issues, is to tour schools across Wales. Last year, more than 2,500 cars were set alight in South Wales, costing the fire service £10 million. Out on the streets, many youngsters freely admit being involved. A video of the play will be sent to every secondary school in Wales in the hope that not only money, but lives can be saved.
Tom Jones and his family are making preparations for the funeral of his mother after she died at her home in Los Angeles at the weekend. The Welsh star is said to be devastated and has cancelled a series of planned concerts in Las Vegas as a mark of respect. Just looking ahead to tonight's programme, and the Welsh football manager Mark Hughes and captain Gary Speed will be live on Wales Today this evening for the draw of the quarter-finals of the Welsh Cup. That's at 6:30 over on BBC One Wales. Just time for a quick look at what the weather has in store. Rain will spread east to all parts this afternoon, becoming prolonged and heavy in places. That's it from me. More weather coming up next with Helen Young.
Good afternoon. Well, the wet weather has been affecting many western areas, but it's only been very gradually creeping its way eastwards through this morning and this afternoon. It's still affecting Scotland, Northern Ireland, the west of Wales and southwest England. But this rain will gradually creep its way further east overnight tonight, ending up on the eastern side of the country, and that's where it's going to get stuck. Behind that's where we could see some fog patches forming tonight, and there will be showers coming into the north and west of Scotland. Behind that weather front, I think temperatures could fall to around 2 or 3 degrees. In 1 or 2 sheltered glens on the eastern side of Scotland, we could even see the odd freezing patch, but I think temperatures in many places will stay higher than that, around 4 to 5. For Tuesday morning, well, central and eastern areas will start cloudy and wet. That'll gradually move eastwards, but it'll never get away from East Anglia and southeast England, so quite a dull day here. Elsewhere, a good deal of dry and sunny weather, and the showers in the northwest, well, they'll become fewer and further between as the day wears on. The temperatures, if you're out and about, 8 to 10 will feel quite pleasant, I think, in the sunshine, although across the southeast here, feeling pretty miserable with temperatures 7 to 9 in thick grey cloud. For Wednesday, that cloud still found across central and eastern areas. Elsewhere, a good deal of dry and fine weather, but a frosty start and also a foggy one in places. By Thursday, we start to drag in much colder air from the northeast of Europe, so top temperatures only around 4 to 5 degrees, and we will find the cloud pushing its way back towards the southwest. Bye for now.
I've started putting the heave into heaven. The new series of How to Be a Gardener continues on Thursday. Join me for some heavenly viewing at 8:30 on BBC Two.
We love mobile!
We all know kids are mobile mad, but how much is it costing them? We check out the text message companies who make it all too easy for kids to part with their pocket money. X-Ray traces the text pests tonight at 7 on BBC One Wales.
And I'll get back to you.
Now on BBC Two Wales, we rejoin Oliver Hydes for the Indoor Bowls.
And welcome back to the Selwyn Samuel Centre in Llanelli. We left you just about 10 minutes or so ago with real David against Goliath encounter in this, the final of the Welsh Open. And it's gone on pretty much as we left you. We left you with Di Prosser, the David of the contest, leading 5-0 in the third set, well, in the third end rather. He took another double in the third and again in the fourth to lead 9-0, and I think he scored again in the fifth. It's 10 now he leads the former world champion Robert Weale by 0. Let's rejoin commentary. It's been a terrific final so far. Let's rejoin our two Davids up in the commentary box.
Unbelievable game of bowls this. The score particularly has got people rubbing their eyes. That's how David Prosser has reached his 10-0 lead over Robert Weale. A 2, a 3, 2 2s and a 1. And there's only 4 ends left in which Robert Weale could repair the damage. And you have to say that David Prosser, or Di Prosser as he's known in Cannon Valley, is well worth his lead. Every bit of it, David.
Absolutely, he's been good value for it. He's played very good bowls, especially his third and fourth deliveries. Those are the ones that have been doing the damage. Now this hand he's in with his first one, pretty close. Very good reply by Rob. I just feel that Rob will be trying to play his way into this set. He'll not want to let it go too cheap. He'll want to push it on through all the way to the ninth end if he can.
6 inches. 10.
You know, with a lead of 10-0, you have to say to yourself, Di Prosser will be looking to try and close this game down now. He'll want to get the first set. He's done a lot of good work in this set. He'll want to get it in his back pocket.
And as far as Robert Weale is concerned, surely by now he's fairly resigned to losing this first set. But as you say, he'll want to go down with dignity and set himself up for something fresh in the second set.
Yeah, when you're in this position, all you're thinking about is just trying to get a few shots on the card, try and make it a little bit harder for your opponent to win the set. You don't want to let him away scot-free with an easy run. And once again, he looks to have adjusted. And this is the ball that's been doing a lot of damage in this game so far. Third delivery. And that's handy. Very useful there.
Yes, Prosser won't mind dropping a single on this end.
Rob might be thinking about this. It's a difficult one. He needs shots. He has to start playing attacking balls to get shots. He may not want to do it with this ball. He may want to wait till later, but eventually he may look at this shot, and that is to play onto the green one, push it through if he can, and push the red one away. It's not going to be easy. His own ball obviously come back into the head again, but I think he might need to take a risk at some stage. Trying to see what he's looking at in the forehand. There's a dead draw around the outside of the ball. It's a very difficult shot. He's played it well. Oh, that is a beauty. That is a very, very hard shot to play.
Yes, I mean, I think it's a perfect illustration of what we were saying, David. I mean, Robert Weale is saying now that you may have me up against the wall here, but I'm still a class player, and you're not going to get rid of me that easy. Will you wait till the second set?
He's playing his way into it. That's what he's doing. He's practicing different shots. That was a very good shot because he hadn't used that forehand too much. So Di to look to attack it a little bit surely. He'll want to get inside his own red ball. Looks like it's going. And it's away. So can Robert Weale add another to make it a 3?
Of course, it's not mathematically impossible for Weale to come back to win this set. He needs 10 shots in 4 ends to tie it. A 3 here would certainly help. He's good. He's round that front. Can he stop? He's falling over. He might have done it.
It would be remarkable for Rob to pick a 3 up in this end.
2 conceded.
3 green.
And yes, 3 shots. Well, if Robert Weale was going to make a comeback, that was the end that it had to be, and 3 shots does keep him in the hunt. The difference now is 7 shots with 3 ends to play.
That was a very big result. He moved on to the forehand, a hand which, being honest about it, most people have been avoiding. And he played it very well.
Well, he's a bit of a Houdini, is Robert Weale. He proved that in the quarterfinals when he trailed David Kingdon of the Llanelli club, Welsh international player, former Welsh Champion of Champions winner. He trailed him 10-0. He came back to win that one, but of course that was a 21-up game and no limit in number of ends. Here he's up not just against the shots, he's up against the clock as well, or at least the ends keep ticking away.
Well, they do. You know, it's 2 sets of 9 ends and a 3-end tie break. You're sitting there with 21 ends to work out who's going to win the match. That's a very good start at a 26-meter jack length. Matt well up the rink.
Well, I suppose the danger for Di Prosser here, David, is the feeling that he's already won the set and he might just relax.
That's always a risk. You see the winner's line before you're through it. And that's a dramatic change. And to be fair, Rob hasn't had a chance to roll the jack from the first end, so once he got the chance, he brought the mat up. Good tactical sense. He has to make every ball count, and this one's going to slide away.
Don't think that one's going to count.
Opportunity for Rob Weale. Well, it's 2 short balls.
1 green.
2 balls that should have really been a lot closer.
The last ball. Your last ball. Last ball, 2.6 through.
Bear in mind, we're working to Rob Weale's standards here. He's a very precise player. He sets himself high standards.
Di Prosser has asked how far through he was with his last bowl. Needs a bit of adjustment. Hasn't got it.
Well, his position's building up. Robert Weale will be aware of that. It's not too clever just behind the jack. And this is the danger area. Of course, eventually he could take the ball out, but I think Robert has to play. He just needs a ball in that area. Must play to cover that. But he needs one in the head.
He's having a good look at the scoreboard as well, is Robert Weale. And I think he's just wondering whether to have a go for this on the backhand to take the red balls out.
Well, he could do. If he takes his own out, of course, that's it. It's all over.
If he takes the red balls out, he'll be holding 3 shots. But he gives Di Prosser an acre to draw in for second.
Yeah, they're a long way away. I think he must just draw another shot, surely. Just try and draw another one.
Yes, this is the sensible shot.
Must give this a chance. Well, he has, but you can see the situation. This is a walking certainty to happen now.
Two green.
And Di Prosser will be in this. Through on the backhand. Ball goes out, jack goes back. And that's the end of the first set. And this hand will lend itself to it.
And he likes playing these attacking shots too. He's had a fair bit of success with them. Not driving, controlled weight. Trying to come through that gap. He's got it. Well, that's a very good good attempt.
It's going to be respotted, I think, and if it is, it could possibly be 2 or 3 to green. So it's quite important where this jack has landed. If it is respotted, it certainly looks like a minimum 2 to green, and Robert Weale will be better off.
And that would be a major mistake from Di Prosser's point of view. I don't think he took that into the equation.
Well, I think he played with less weight deliberately so that wouldn't happen, David, to be honest. He was just very unlucky.
The question is, of course, to clarify it, has the jack gone over what we call the string or not? Now, there's no actual string there, but it's the confines of the rink. If it's gone beyond it, then it's dead and has to be respotted just there.
And you can see, obviously, that the green balls are all sitting waiting.
Jeff Riddle, the umpire, is the other end of the green, and he's sighting it very, very carefully to see whether the jack has gone dead or not. It's live. It's a live jack, which means, I think, it would be 1 to Robert Weale.
1 shot, green.
That's it, 1 to green. That means 4 shots to Robert Weale, 10 shots to Di Prosser, and with 2 ends left, it means that Robert Weale is looking for 2 threes to tie this first set.
That was a very important call by the umpire. I reckon that if that jack had been out, it was going to be 3 to green, and that would have made a dramatic difference to this match. So it was a big call. Normally what we would use in this situation would be a gun sight. Then I noticed we're using the sort of older fashioned mirror with the line down it to check whether the jack was in or out.
Robert Weale very much back in business now, but has he left it too late?
Once again, it's another round that Robert Weale has to score. And he must score at least 2. Just needs to run past it. He's got it. Ooh, and that is a big ball, I can tell you. Well, we'll have to look at this.
So good under pressure, Di Prosser. Being asked questions, but quite capable of providing the answers. Look at that. Beautifully played. Just what he needed. Because the last thing he wanted was for Robert Weale to score 3 shots or 4 shots on this end.
Robert just has to try and draw this. If he can get to the red ball and push it out, all the better. Trying very hard indeed. Just not getting back in time. It's in a good position though, and realistically that should be the target for Di Prosser. Just trying to beat the jack if he can. He's got a lovely back position waiting as well. Best back red ball.
There's another. You see, if Robert Weale wants to have a go at this, the chances are that the red ball will come onto the jack and the jack will go to the back of the rink.
I think what he's really looking for, a respot's no good to him, is to try and make it past his own ball if he can. Just through to that, punch that out, or turn the jack for 2. It's a very difficult shot. The reason it's difficult is that the front green one is very, very close to the other ball, and it's in the way. I doubt if it's worth hitting it because the jack's not going in the right position.
Yes, the really bad news for Robert Weale is he can play a perfect bowl here and make 2 shots. He can't make any more. And then he'll go into the last end, 4 down, looking for a full house to tie.
Well, he's just looking to try and touch the red ball out of the head if he can. Is it absolutely right? He might lie 3 shots. But this is very hard because the ball will start to bend early.
Yes, it's going. So the completion of the 8th end.
1 shot red in the first set, red.
Is 1 shot to Guy Prosser. And he claims the set with a scoreline of 11-4. Now that's a surprise.
That's a major surprise, to be absolutely honest. Robert was playing very well there, but David was just making life so difficult.
We've got a very distinguished audience watching here in the Players' Lounge. The defending champion, or at least the champion last year in the Masters, is here. Les Gillett, Andy Thompson as well. Les, Robert Weale's in the spot here.
Yeah, Di's playing really well. Robert's not quite found his game yet, but you know, Di's a newcomer and he's playing really good bowls, and you know, you wouldn't bet against him the way he's playing.
You happy to be back here?
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, I love the venue. I always play well here. It's a lovely crowd. Welsh people are really nice, and you know, it's great to defend my title.
What are you boys doing here today, Andy? You're not in action till tomorrow?
No, well, in fact, I don't play till Wednesday, but no, we're just relaxing, just watching the game, and it's a good game, good final. But, I mean, Di, as Les says, Di's playing really well, and Robert's got to step up a gear, or he's going to be, you know, conceding this Welsh title to Di.
And the sets system has its pros and cons from the player's point of view, doesn't it? At least now, Robert's got a clean slate to work with.
That's right, he has. I mean, obviously, he's been outplayed in the first set, and he just starts afresh now. I mean, Di, the pressure goes on to Di a little bit. He'll be starting to think, you know, I could win this Welsh title, so the pressure will go on a little bit here. So I don't think Robert's out of this game yet, so there's a possibility of a tie-break here, I feel. Yeah.
Thanks, gents. Back to your relaxing.
Thanks.
Yes, quite so. The margin in the first set is completely irrelevant now. The score is just 1-0. It might have been 7-6. It wasn't. It was 11-4. But all Robert Weale has to do is to sneak this second set by a single shot, perhaps, earn himself a tie-break, and then the momentum would be behind him.
Two green.
The actual shot ball
Shot ball, 5 inches nearly.
Already there's a difference. Robert Weale saying this is a new game.
Well, it is, but although the score is certainly irrelevant, 11-4, it's very good for Di Prosser to think to himself, well, I can score this amount of shots against somebody like Robert Weale. So it's going to give him a lot of confidence.
Would try that.
He didn't scrape or scratch through the first set. He played with very good bowling, and his third and fourth bowls especially were exceptional. There was a little bit of an indication in the last couple of ends that Robert was coming into the game. And it certainly looks like it with this as well. Oh, that is very, very good stuff.
Bit unfortunate to fall out and widen the head, because it looked as if it was going to sneak in and stay in a straight line.
Just might be tempted with a little runner here on the forehand. He could play off his own ball and get into the head, punch the front green one onto the jack.
This is Di Prosser's last bowl of the end. Keeping to the draw.
Well, I am surprised, to be honest, David, because I could see he probably didn't want to take his own ball out of the head, but, you know, the best he could do there was probably third shot.
Yes, it looks like 3 to green. And just a slight problem for Robert Weale, who'd like to make it 4. But he's got to do it by stealth. There's 2 red bowls looking dangerous here, David.
Well, the one on the backhand's on its side, so it's probably better to play the backhand and come around that one. Less opportunity of doing any damage. But I think really, you know, when you're trying to win championships, sometimes those sort of shots have to be taken on. And I thought Dye might have played it with a little bit more weight.
He's not coming round it. Well, in fact, he's not quite reaching.
3 shots, green.
Takes the 3. But what a great start in the second set for Robert Weale, who was up against it throughout the first set against Dye Prosser, but who is seeking to re-establish himself here. Well played. Robert Weale already through in the Welsh Masters, which is being run in tandem with the Welsh Indoor Singles Championship here at the Selwyn Samuel Centre. In fact, he's already played his first round in the Welsh Masters, beat the Canadian qualifier, Nick Watkins, by a very narrow margin, it must be said. A lot of the seeds have been falling out of the Welsh Masters. John Price, Paul Foster, and would you believe the new world champion, Alex Marshall, have all gone out.
As the players were saying, that the rink was playing a little bit heavy at the start of the championship. I think the rink is very... it's very much a matter how much heat's involved. So the heat's on in the arena, the rink plays better. Atmospheric conditions are very important to indoor rinks.
Prosser bouncing back there after dropping 3 on the first end of the second set. Yes, a lot of top bowlers still going strong in the Welsh Masters, and tomorrow afternoon we've got a cracker in store. We've got Ian Bond, who won the Welsh Match Play event last October, playing against the legendary Tony Alcock, who is making his farewell at this event. When he finishes here at Llanelli, he won't play any more singles competitions.
Anything behind the jack would be good with this ball. Dropping short, that's not the key position. Robert will be trying to play a very similar ball to his previous delivery. Pick up the jack, return the ball out. It's just not getting back in time. Holding off it. Yes, just a shade, not much.
1 red.
And Dye Prosser needs one back there in a big way.
Should be able to do it. There's no real problem. That backhand is wide open.
It's wide open, but he's struggling with this.
Missed his line.
Now, where's he going to finish? Is it going to make life difficult? Well,
second prize, perhaps.
Might force Robin to play just a little bit more positive to it. The shot, the ideal shot on the forehand is to draw onto jack and just bring it round to there. The alternative is to play through it for ball and jack.
And that last bowl of Prosser doesn't actually stop Robert Weale doing what he wants to do. There's room inside it with a shade of weight. It's perhaps on the drawing line, but it makes it look a very inviting attacking shot to play. Use it as a guide. Here he comes.
It's bending away. He could come out with a horrible result out of this one, and he has. That's a terrible result from Rob Weale. He was well off target though, but it's a horrible result.
Yes, he was punished really for being that far off target. Normally if you're that far off target you don't do any damage at all, but look at this. The red ball comes in, the jack moves. It looks very much as though it's 3 shots to Die Prosser already, with another bowl to come.
Oh, that was just a bit of cruel luck, that was all. Die had failed to cover the back position. He'd left the shot wide open, and he's coming out smelling of roses with this one. Yes, a wide open draw, takes advantage of that, and he's going to get all these shots back and more possibly.
And Die's wife Mindy there leading the applause.
4 shots red.
A smile from her as Die takes 4 shots, a full house. The first full house that we've seen in this Welsh final, and regains the lead at a stroke after dropping 3 on the first end. Well, entertainment value in this game. Big scores, exciting play, skillful play, and from Robert Weale's point of view, a stroke of really bad luck. Robert Weale, 39 years of age, won a gold medal in the Commonwealth Games as long ago as 1986.
Well, he's getting a chance this end. Die Prosser's 2 balls, both at least a metre away. I just get the feeling that if Robert can get his game together, the set's there for the taking.
He started off so well in this set, didn't he? But then disaster struck on the second end.
Struggling for weight again.
Not taking his chances.
No, this is the correction. Here it comes.
Yes, you're absolutely right, David. It's his 3rd bowl he's often doing the damage with.
All right, Robert, have you put that extra little bit of weight on that you need? I still think this is struggling. It's going to be second shot.
1 red.
How far short is Robert's last ball, please?
2 feet.
Die Prosser, a coach at the Cynnon Valley Club in Mountain Ash.
He's not going to make it for pace. line was good, and Robert's looking at this, he's sort of thinking to himself, how can I make more than one out of this? He's not too happy about it though. 2 shots available. He can draw on forehand into there or come inside and take the ball straight out. That's what the choices are. Trouble is, if he plays running weight and it goes wrong yet again, that's why it looks like a draw. Short 3 times. Has he overcorrected?
Well, that's always the danger, isn't it? Making sure you're up with your last bowl and going through, and that's exactly what he's done. Good effort, but just overcorrected. Still one to red.
Shot red.
So after 3 ends of this second set, Di Prosser, who won the first set 11-4, leads 5-3. As for the final of this Welsh Indoor Singles Championship, it's first to 9 ends, best of 2 sets, and in the case of a tie at 1 set apiece, a 3-end tie break. It's the now familiar format, which is used for virtually all the televised events. .27-meter jack. That's the 3/4 distance. Well, you saw Robert Weale there urging that one on. He knew he'd left it fractionally short, just in for shot, but it's still a long way short.
That's a good correction. Di Prosser does that quite a lot, actually. Drops the short ball, first one, and then corrects with the second. Third one is the damage ball, as we call it, the one that's been crucial to his style of play. So it's up to Robert to try and win the battle of the first 2 deliveries. Looks good this time. Oh, that's very good.
On green.
Well, I'm sure Robert Weale will be the first to agree he's been a little tentative in this match. Not exactly hit the heights, but full marks to Di Prosser. He's taken advantage.
Still space. And Robert needs this one to count. Well, if this is nope, he's leaving a chance here. Surely Di Prosser will look at this.
Oh, that's a bad bowl from Robert Weale. He knows it.
There's a great chance to play a very good shot here. On the forehand, onto the ball or the jack. Bring it through. That's what he should be looking for.
Not using a lot of weight. And in fact, he's cut his green, so this will swing. It's a huge swing on that forehand. And when you're playing weight, it's difficult to believe you've still got to throw it out.
Well, they should know by now to do that, to be fair. That was a very good opportunity to bounce that ball out for like 2, maybe 3 shots.
Yes, and a real let-off for Robert Weale. Can he take advantage now and make it 2. It's coming round on the blind side here. It's the way he came when he drew the shot. He's got a lovely line, but he's short. Too many short bowls. I think he'd be the first one to agree with that assessment. Missing a chance there and taking a single which closes the gap to just 1 shot. But it's Die Prosser still in the lead at 5-4. So, Robert Weale goes walkies. That mat coming well up the green. It's not exactly panic time, but it's time to make a rather drastic change in circumstances. Look how far this mat is up the rink.
Oh, it's a change of pattern. He has to change the pattern of the game. He's struggling a little bit with his own form as well. Too many short balls, but oh my goodness, this looks like it's gone. And it went in with some power as well. It didn't just drop in.
Oh, a couple of meters to spare. And Robert Weale off to take a comfort break, I think. He's just asked his opponent's permission to leave the rink. And the right to deliver the jack passes to Die Prosser. And the first thing, of course, the Prosser does, watched there by Mindy, his wife, and some of his mates from Cannon Valley. I think they can see themselves on the big screen here at the Selwyn Samuel Centre. The first thing that Die Prosser does, of course, is to bring the mat right back so that they're playing to a more orthodox length. And like the gentleman he is, Die Prosser waiting for Robert Weale to return. He'd be entitled to deliver the jack. I'm sure that Robert would take our word for it that no hanky-panky had occurred.
Well, there's no problem doing this. Robert's probably right, actually. Things are going not too clever for him, and it could be even a situation where his hands are maybe getting a little bit warm, and he's probably saying, oh, I'll go and wash my hands, or whatever the case may be. So the town council mayor, Edward Skinner, on the right, just enjoying a little bit of a giggle with some of the spectators.
Well, that's Welsh President Harry Brooksby with a beard next to him on his left, and one of the most well-known figures in Welsh bowls, the great and the good, there in the front row watching this Welsh indoor singles final. And Die Prosser just treating us to a little display of juggling then for a moment. And Robert Weale makes his return. So Robert Weale hoping he'll not just make a return to the rink, but a return to form in this final, as Die Prosser puts that jack up there. It's a long jack, not quite full length, as you can see. It's a best part of a metre short of the T mark. And although it was Prosser who delivered the jack, it's Robert Weale to deliver the first bowl, because he won the shot on the 4th end. This is the 5th end of the second set of this Welsh final.
Two good first balls. And obviously the momentary break hasn't affected either player.
Very close. Favour green ball.
Well, Robert Weale definitely not playing as well as he did in the semi-finals, David.
2 for 6.
No, he's struggling a little bit. Understand why, really. Okay, the opposition's playing considerably better. But having said that, Di Prosser's doing a lot of damage with his third and fourth ball. And he's giving him another chance here. And so this is well under Rob Weale's normal standard of play. Bad there, and Di might just contemplate playing the backhand. He doesn't need to. The danger position's really just around this area, so he has to be playing either side to get to there. He can play forehand or backhand, it doesn't really matter. Anything just behind the jack's good. Well, if he pushes onto this, it's not going to be too good. And I think Rob Weale might just contemplate this. He might just think about this shot.
It depends, really, who's got the shot, David, isn't there?
Well, there's a good shot on if he wants to play it. He can draw another one. He can push it through if he's just drawing another one there. But the alternative is to come inside and push that ball out.
Yes, let's assume red is shot. If you do that, then there's only one shot to play, and let's push that red out to hold 3 or 4.
And the marker did say he just favoured green. Just favoured green, and that's a risky one to take on.
Playing it, though.
Yes, he's going to take it, I think. He's looking for the red ball on the chop.
It's not bending enough. He's got the wrong red ball.
Well, if his own ball drops in...
Which it does.
Don't think that's going to make any difference, to be honest. It's very close for shot, though.
There's not a lot in it at all.
Oh, well, that just proves the point. Very, very close between the red and the bottom green ball.
There's no choice for Di Prosser here then, David. It's just a straightforward draw.
Straightforward draw. Either way, forehand or backhand. He's got a ball to rest off on the forehand. Oh, dear me.
Well, he didn't want that, did he? He must be fairly confident he's holding shot, I should think.
Well, that's far too far away if you feel that the shot's against you.
Umpire, please.
So Rob was asking for the red ball to be measured against the 2 green.
Well, that was an extraordinary last delivery from Di Prosser. Robert Weale there. He's still got a lot of work to do. Looks quite serious on the rink normally, Robert Weale, but he's got a mischievous sense of humour. One of the most popular players on the professional circuit.
The marker's going to be right here, so it could be 1 to green. I'll go back to red again just to make sure that measure hasn't slipped in any way.
Just to show that justice is being seen to be done. There we go. 1 to green.
1 shot, green.
So the shot to Robert Weale, that was a dreadful last bowl looking back at it then from Di Prosser. I'm sure you'd agree to that. Should have been up. And the single there to the man from Islwyn. makes it 5-5. Say the man from Islwyn, which is the club in Pont-Llanfraith, but in fact Robert Weale lives in Hereford and works for the county council there. Housing repairs administrator when he's not playing bowls. So another attempt from Robert Weale to bring that mat up the green. He's kept the jack alive this time. He's hoping to use his greater experience on this new length. And so far so good.
Hasn't put the young man off too much, has it? Very good reply by Di Prosser. Oh, this is good stuff now. And falling ball, yeah.
You've got a bonus for that.
2-3.
That's two beauties. And he's still drawing to it. And he's got a chance. He's very close with this.
He's stalking it. Oh, yes. Surely. The jack left the bowl.
1 green.
And it went a little too far, didn't it? It's still 1 to green. A rueful smile there from the 27-year-old from Mountain Ash. Looked to have played a perfect bowl here, David. Very unlucky. Kissed it twice. So 5-all in this second set. It's a set which Robert Weale needs to win to take the match into a tie-break and to keep his hopes of winning the Welsh title for the 3rd time alive.
We're just trying to cover the back position. He thinks that Di might just try and punch into this a little bit.
Previously winner of the Welsh indoor singles in 1997 and 2000.
Oh, he's trying again. He just needs to make it past the green one onto the jack, and he's got it very, very close. Oh. This head's just getting more and more complicated with every delivery.
1 green.
It's not for want of trying. He breaks into a smile now. He must be very pleased with the way he's playing. Centre stage in the most important event in the Welsh calendar. And he's just a few ends away from winning this coveted Welsh title. And to do it from his position as a rank outsider would be a remarkable achievement. Playing well, but it's still 1 to green at the moment.
Rob's got a major problem here because the way the head's sitting, it's definitely 1 to green. You know, he could play a very good ball and end up giving the shot away. So it might be wiser just to stay away from this altogether and just play to the back.
Yes, he's already got a bowler on the back, of course, but another one there would not go and miss, because Die Prosser will definitely be reaching with his last delivery. No doubt about that. Given this perfect line. Coming back now, finishing on that centre line, and that's good protection.
Well, he's just drawing to it, that's all. It's on the forehand draw. Just trying to turn the ball over if he can and touch the jack over a little bit. That's what he's looking for.
Of course, he could do exactly the same on either hand. He's choosing to play it on the forehand. Looking for contact with his own wing bowl. Not far away from it. He likes it. He's given it a go. Just half bowl he wants. Oh! Wasn't he close?
One shot, green.
Oh, he followed it up like a terrier. But the shot on that end, a good end for David Prosser. But the shot goes to Robert Weale. His third single on the trot, and he now leads 6-5 and is in line for that tie-break. Look at that. So close. Just a touch would have done it, David.
Just an edge. That's all he needed. Top the ball over onto the jack, would have made 2. He knew it was close.
Likeable character, Die Prosser. He'll be well known to players in the East Division, because he is a regular member of the Cynon Valley side, but relatively unknown on the national scene. Just 27 years of age and a student of rock music. Attends gigs whenever he can.
That's Robert. For some reason, just dropping short. That first deliveries, that's normally been playing that first delivery very well in this forehand. Good correction to the second, right in behind the jack. And it's now 3 ends in a row for Robert Weale, so it's tight, but he's scoring on the ends.
And you get the feeling, David, that the momentum is shifting and it's now behind Robert.
Just a little bit, just a little bit. Die Prosser still playing very well. We're getting near the sweaty palm stage in a set. 7th end of 9. Just really can't afford to have any mistakes at this stage, and interesting by Rob, we just didn't get that ball away with his normal silky smooth action.
Not far away though.
Hasn't made any real difference to it.
Oh, good try. Good try.
One green.
It's made it very hard now.
Yep.
I'll come up and have a look at it. A little bit difficult.
There's just 2 ends left in this second set after this. So if Robert Weale could score, if only just 1 shot on this end, and it'll serve him well.
It's hard for him to get round on the forehand, to get all the way back in time to the green ball. He might contemplate this on the backhand. You know, he could reach to his own ball, fall back on it, squeeze the jack through. 2 or 3 chances on the backhand. Well, he's playing the backhand. Needs to hurry, though.
Yes, he's not playing it very well. Missed his line and was hardly reaching anyway. Not his best effort. He's bowled some crackers in this final.
Yes, I think I've been inclined to have given that one a little bit more of a go, to be honest.
2000 was a great year for Robert Weale. He won the World Indoor Singles and the World Outdoor Fours titles, and was the Welsh singles champion, indoors and out.
Marvellous year when you add up those sort of titles, isn't it? Now, surely he'll have a little bit more effort into it this time. A little bit more courageous with the shot. He could come out of this really well if he gets a good connection on the jack.
I can't see anything going wrong. Anything will do. Oh, just rode off a bit. But there was no chance of doing any damage. One shot to Robert Weale, his fourth in a row. It's 7-5 to the man from Islwyn. The man in green leads 7-5 in the second set, having lost the first 4-11. He's the favourite for the title still. Certainly started out like that in a big way. We all wondered, after just 5 ends of the first set when he was 10-0 behind. He's worked his way back into the game, and if he can win this set, then surely he would be favourite to win the tie-break. .25-metre jack from Robert Weale. The mat several metres up.
Well, it's a battle of the first 2 balls that Robert Weale has to win, and that immediately puts pressure onto Di.
Yes, this is the penultimate end of the second set. And if Robert Weale should come out of this end with 2 shots, that would put Prosser looking for a full house of 4.
Oh, it's a beauty. He played that very well, just slightly over the draw weight. Allowing the big bend on the forehand to bring the ball back. And that will force Robert almost certainly to try and draw on the forehand.
Yes, it's important to remember that Di Prosser is only looking for a tied set here.
Yes, there'll be a definite advantage Rob if he can score in this end. He's got a chance. Needs to hurry though. He hasn't got the running. The ball in the head.
How far is Robert's ball going to right?
7 inches.
Now there's room there. 7 inches between ball and jack. Diameter of a ball, 5 inches. Struggling. He's only played 1 good ball in this end.
1 red.
1 heavy, 1 short, and the other one's lying the shot. So, well, Weale, he's looking at this. I think he's looking at it because he doesn't want to use too much weight to it. That's the problem. He really just wants to try. He's got his foot just on the line to take the ball out, but you know, really, the ideal shot is to turn it to there. The alternative is to take the ball, but he doesn't want to use too much weight on it.
Too many ifs about taking the bowl, I think. It's just the draw on the forehand. Tickle the jack a few inches.
Yeah, take the ball out, you're using too much weight. If you get the jack by accident, it just ruins a good position. So just slightly over the draw weight for Rob. He's given this a chance. I think he's definitely got the weight for it. Will it get back in time though? Needs to bend really quickly now. Strong bends required. Not in time. He had the perfect weight. Absolutely perfect weight for that. So the last end's going to be a very tight affair.
Tension certainly mounting here now in the Selwyn Samuel Centre. Di Prosser is guaranteed to reduce the deficit to 1 shot going into the last end. Could be all square after this if he can get this in. Better line this time. His weight's not bad.
He's very close to the jack though. He doesn't want to hit the jack. Well, that might be enough.
Seems to have fallen out, and that's Mindy, Mrs. Prosser there.
1 shot red.
She's hoping that was in. It's not. It's 1 shot only. But that gives Di Prosser a marvellous chance to win the match. All he wants is 1 more shot for a tied set. And the match and the title is his.
Exactly, David. It's really a one-end shootout in terms of Di Prosser. He has to score. Robert Weale has to score to go into tie-break.
That's right. Di Prosser desperate to score to win the title. Robert Weale desperate to score simply to keep in the hunt. The most important end yet in this Welsh indoor singles final. And really, it's a question of who can get on top of that jack first. Not too impressive a start from either player.
No, it's a bit loose. Robert will not be pleased about that. It's his first ball that was doing a lot of damage in the semi-final. It hasn't really operated to the same level in the final.
It's important to realise, though, that he at this level, even someone of Robert Weale's vast experience can be suffering from a little bit of the collywobbles. That's a great reply. It took him 2 bowls to do it, but he stepped in now. That's a match-winning live from Di Prosser.
Has he got the distance? It's more than 5 or 6 inches by the looks of it. Robert's still aware of the fact that he needs just to draw the shot. Oh, he's not up. Well, that really is surprising. He's going to have to go chasing it now.
He's not even in second position. So taking the bowl out doesn't profit Robert Weale at all. Good placement here from Prosser. It's slightly behind the jack. It's on the wing.
Well,
the jack could go in that direction.
Could, but I think Rob might seriously contemplate the backhand on this one. He's got a shot on the backhand if he wants to play it inside for the jack and run it through.
You have to say, though, David, it's the jack or nothing.
Oh, it is, without doubt.
He's 3 shots down. It's no good taking just one of those out.
Well, it's a very precise shot, and it's not easy to play it on that hand. If he's going to do it, he has to do it with a third delivery. He has to do it with this ball. The alternative, of course, is to draw the shot.
Well, if he's going to play an adventurous shot, this is perhaps the ball to do it with. If he misses, he's still got another chance.
He's trying to work out the weight, the line, everything from the mat. It looks like the percentage shot, but it's a small target.
It's just like a sudden death tiebreak, this. It's all or nothing, either way. Going for that backhand. A lot of weight. Needs the jack. Gets the ball.
Well, he's given himself a chance, though. There's a lot more space to try and draw the shot with the next one.
The match lie, though, is still with Di Prosser.
As he played a lot of weight. Jack was the target, got the ball. Advantage Di Prosser, but he needs a good close shot with this one. He needs to draw as close to the jack as possible. Try and replace that ball.
Yes, if he doesn't, we would expect Robert Weale, with the final bowl of the end, to draw the shot, to take the set. What's he got? Looks good. Looks very good.
Oh, he's close. He's very close with this. Oh, that's a beauty. That is an absolute beauty. Having said that, the jack's going off on that side of the rink.
Oh, gosh, it really is tense out there now. It's amazing, isn't it, how a drawing shot, a gentle drawing shot like that can take it out of a player. And Di Prosser was almost exhausted after working that one in. He couldn't have played a better bowl. But David, as you said, things could go against him. If Robert Weale hits that and it goes dead on the respotted jack, it's the green ball gets the shot.
Yep, that's what I'd be looking for. That. Off it goes on the respot. He'll get it back, because the green ball at the bottom of the picture will be the shot. But he still has to hit it. A lot of pressure on Rob Weale to stay in the national singles final.
Well, the young man from Cullen Valley has done marvels to get where he is. He's holding the match lie. Can he keep it?
Missed it.
Well, listen to that cheer. Di Prosser, 27 years of age, from Mountain Ash. He can't believe it. Neither can Mindy. Look at that smile. This is the stuff that dreams are made of. He came out as the rank outsider, the underdog. He took a 10-0 lead in the first set and kept at his game grimly, and has now tied the second set. In fact, he's won the second set. There's 3 shots go on the card there. So that's 9-7 in the second set to Di Prosser. A very well-deserved victory, David.
Well, Di, I'm wondering when you're going to stop shaking your head. You can't quite believe that, can you?
No, I can't. I think that's why I haven't got much here.
We spoke beforehand about the importance of getting away strongly, and you certainly did that.
I think so, yeah. I mean, where that come from, I don't know. I really don't know.
Where did you come from? This is something else we've all been wondering today.
I don't know. I think there'd be a few people wondering that now, including me. I just come here to enjoy it today, and I just can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it.
You've beaten Robert Weale. You're in the Welsh Masters. You're the Welsh champion.
Yeah, can I have an writing, please?
Robert, I mean, well done to Di. He played ever so well, didn't he?
He did. He played tremendous. Every credit to him. He played brilliant, deserving champion.
Were you a bit shell-shocked by the way he came at you? I think it was double, treble, double, double, wasn't it, in the first 4 ends?
It was. It wasn't a good start for me, was it? 10-0, 4 ends, I think it was. Quick out of the blocks. I had a chance first end. David played a brilliant ball, to retrieve that. I missed my chance to take that out for a couple, and, he didn't look back, did he? He played really well.
Oh, you admitted beforehand he didn't know much about Di either. And he's got a big future in the game, hasn't he?
Certainly has. As I say, that's no disrespect to David, because You know, I saw him play in Cardiff in the quarter-final, and he played brilliant, and I said he played well again this morning. So keep going like that, and do well in the Masters as well.
Sunk in yet?
No, not yet. I probably won't sleep for a week.
Have you taken any time off work this week for the Masters, or are you going to have to phone the boss tonight?
Only today. I told him I might not be in tomorrow, so see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll be back here in the morning. Well, we're not finished with you yet anyway, because there's a presentation. You've got to go and get your trophy, so well done to both of you today. Terrific final, but time now for the presentation. To conduct it, Nigel Oldfield, the Chief Executive of World Bowls, and alongside him, Harry Brooksby OBE, the President of the Welsh Indoor Bowls Association.
And
well, the runner-up of this year's Welsh Indoor Bowls Championship, Robert Weale. And your applause, please, for the winner. You still can't quite believe it, David Prosser. Terrific action, amazing final here at the Selwyn Samuel Centre in Llanelli, but Robert Weale knows, as does Mike Prosser now, they have another chance this week, another tournament to play for. The Welsh Masters gets underway here tomorrow. In fact, they've already been underway all weekend, but the televised stage is tomorrow, and if we have action like we had here last year, we're in for a real treat this week. Let's just give you a taster of what happened in last year's final. It was between, would you believe it, Robert Weale and Les Gillett, and it was tight all the way. Gillett took the first set, 11-4, needed just 8 ends to do that one. Weale took the second, 12-6,